66 million years ago, Earth was a planet alive with giants. Dinosaurs ruled every corner of the land, from dense tropical forests to open floodplains and coastal lowlands. The world was warm, humid, and rich with life, shaped by millions of years of evolutionary balance. Vast seas covered much of the planet, shallow inland oceans separating continents that were still drifting toward their modern positions. Life had endured volcanic winters, shifting climates, and slow ecological pressures before, but what approached the planet at unimaginable speed was unlike anything Earth had ever faced. It arrived not as fire alone, but as motion, force, and water, an event that would reshape the planet in a single day and echo through deep time. When the asteroid struck the shallow waters near what is now the Yucatán Peninsula, the impact released energy beyond comprehension. In an instant, the seafloor vaporized, and billions of tons of rock, water, and debris were blasted skyward. The ocean itself became a weapon. Seawater was displaced with such violence that it formed a towering wall, rising hundreds of meters high, racing outward from the impact zone at extreme speed. This was not a typical tsunami. It was a planetary-scale water surge, a 500-meter wall driven by shock waves that traveled faster than any storm or earthquake wave in Earth's history. Coastlines vanished in seconds. Shallow seas were drained and then refilled with catastrophic force. Marine ecosystems were shattered instantly, while land-based environments were struck moments later by a chain reaction of devastation. As the water wall surged across ancient coastlines, it obliterated everything in its path. Dinosaurs living near shores had no time to flee. Entire habitats were erased as sediment, coral reefs, and coastal forests were torn apart and redeposited elsewhere. The force of the water scoured the land down to bedrock, transporting massive boulders inland and carving new geological scars that can still be detected today. Far from being a single wave, the water surged in multiple pulses, rebounding across ocean basins and continental margins. Inland seas were violently displaced, sending floods deep into continental interiors. What followed was chaos on a scale never before experienced by complex life. Yet the water was only the beginning. As the asteroid impact continued to unfold, debris ejected into the atmosphere began to rain back down across the planet. Molten fragments re-entered the sky, heating the air itself. Forests ignited across entire continents. Shockwaves rippled through the crust, triggering massive earthquakes and volcanic responses. The skies darkened as soot, ash, and dust blocked sunlight. Photosynthesis faltered. Plants began to die not in isolated regions, but across the globe. Herbivorous dinosaurs, already stressed by environmental changes before the impact, now faced starvation. Carnivores soon followed as food chains collapsed from the ground up. The world that emerged in the hours after the impact was unrecognizable. Oceans churned with debris, oxygen levels plummeted, and acid rain fell as chemical reactions transformed the atmosphere. Temperatures fluctuated wildly, first spiking from heat, then plummeting as sunlight disappeared behind thick atmospheric layers. This sudden cooling, sometimes referred to as an impact winter, lasted for months to years. For dinosaurs adapted to stable, warm environments, survival became nearly impossible. Eggs failed to hatch, young perished first. Even the largest and strongest species could not withstand a world without food, light, or predictable seasons. The 500-meter water wall left a lasting geological fingerprint. Sediment layers from this moment show chaotic mixing of marine and terrestrial materials, fossilized fish deposited inland, and plant debris buried beneath ocean sediments. These layers mark a sharp boundary in Earth's history, a line separating the age of dinosaurs from the age of mammals. Above this boundary, dinosaur fossils vanish almost entirely. Below it, life thrived in abundance. The transition was not gradual, it was abrupt, violent, and irreversible. What millions of years of evolution had built was dismantled in a geological instant. Yet not all life disappeared. Small mammals, burrowing animals, insects, and certain marine organisms survived. Their survival was not due to strength or dominance, but adaptability. Creatures capable of hiding, eating varied diets, or surviving long periods without sunlight found a narrow path through the devastation. In the shadow left by the dinosaurs' extinction, these survivors would diversify, evolve, and eventually give rise to entirely new ecosystems. The collapse of the dinosaur world created ecological vacancies that reshaped life's trajectory forever. The asteroid impact did not simply kill dinosaurs, it reset Earth's biological hierarchy. Without dominant megafauna controlling ecosystems, smaller species expanded into new roles. Plants adapted to colder, darker conditions. Mammals grew larger, more complex, and more diverse. Over millions of years, intelligence, social behavior, and eventually human ancestors would emerge in a world made possible by this ancient catastrophe. The 500-meter water wall was not just destruction, it was a turning point written into the fabric of evolution itself. Scientific evidence continues to refine the understanding of this event. Seismic modeling shows how the shock waves traveled through Earth's crust. Ocean simulations reveal how water displacement propagated across the globe. Fossil studies confirm rapid extinction rather than slow decline. Each discovery reinforces the scale of the disaster and its central role in shaping modern life. The chaos of that day echoes in every ecosystem alive today, from coral reefs to forests to human civilization itself. 66 million years ago, dinosaurs did not fade quietly into history. They were overtaken by forces beyond adaptation or strength. The planet itself turned hostile, driven by physics, momentum, and chance. A single impact transformed oceans into walls, skies into fire, and life into survivors and casualties. The Earth endured, but it emerged forever changed. The story of the dinosaurs ended not with a slow decline, but with water, darkness, and a silence that reshaped the future of life on Earth.